Russia is preparing a devastating strike. While talks about peace are taking place in Abu Dhabi, intelligence has detected a critical concentration of forces in three key directions. A large-scale offensive could begin at any moment. Which regions of Ukraine will be hit first, and where is the enemy preparing its main breakthrough to collapse the front? Now we will reveal the General Staff's plans and name the occupiers' specific targets. And for more details, check out our report. You are watching the Glavred channel. I'm your host, Evgeny Serov. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. According to data provided by Glavred, February 2026 could become the point of the fiercest clashes since the start of the full-scale invasion. Russia has not only built up reserves, but has also changed its tactics. The Donetsk and Luhansk regions remain the primary strategic targets. The Kremlin's goal remains unchanged: to reach the administrative borders of these regions before any ceasefire agreement is signed. The main force is now concentrated in the area of Pokrovsk and Kurakovo. But that is not all. Analysts are observing dangerous activity in the north. We're talking about the Kharkiv and Sumy regions. According to intelligence reports, the enemy may be attempting to create a so-called buffer zone to safeguard its border cities from long-range weapon strikes. This means new attempts to storm border areas and an increase in shelling of civilian neighborhoods. The Zaporizhzhia direction is causing particular concern. Here, Russia has concentrated a grouping comparable to the one it had at the beginning of 2022. The occupiers dream of capturing Zaporizhzhia in order to completely cut Ukraine off from the region's resources and secure a land corridor to Crimea. Military experts note that in the south, the enemy plans to use massive armored assaults supported by new generation guided aerial bombs. The main task of the Ukrainian armed forces here is to hold Orikhiv and Huliaipol. If these defensive strongholds fall, the entire logistics chain of the southern grouping of Ukrainian forces will be at risk. In addition, Kherson region should not be written off. Constant attempts to cross the Dnipro and the fighting for the islands are not just a diversionary maneuver. The enemy is looking for a gap to once again threaten the right bank and Mykolaiv. Where does Russia get the strength for such a large-scale offensive? The answer lies in the help from the Kremlin's allies and the covert mobilization that continued throughout last year. According to experts, the Russian Federation has amassed more than 300,000 new reservists and restored a significant amount of armored vehicles. In addition, the continuous supply of ballistic missiles from Iran and North Korea gives them the enhanced ability to carry out combined attacks before ground assaults. A decisive battle lies ahead. The coming weeks will show whether our defense can withstand this unprecedented onslaught. The enemy is strong, but more than once they have broken their teeth against the resilience of the Ukrainian soldier. Do you think Ukraine will manage to receive that critically important military aid from the West before this new offensive begins? And in your own personal opinion, which specific region is currently in the greatest danger? Share your thoughts in the comments. Please give this video a like so more people can discover the truth of the situation, and subscribe to our channel. We are here and closely monitoring every movement at the front. See you next time.
The first day of a new round of trilateral talks between Ukraine, Russia and the United States took place in Abu Dhabi. According to Rustem Umerov, Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council, after the trilateral meeting, the negotiation process continued in the format of group work.
The work was substantive and productive, specifically centered around concrete steps and practical solutions.
Shortly after, President Zelensky announced the first results of the negotiations with Russia in his evening address. According to him, another exchange of prisoners of war is expected to take place in the near future.
Overall, our Ukrainian position is very clear. The war must be brought to a real end. It is Russia that must be ready for this, and our partners must also be prepared to ensure this with real security guarantees.
US Secretary of State Marco Rubio commented on the course of the negotiations in Abu Dhabi. Rubio stated that there is both good news and bad news regarding the negotiations. The encouraging news is that the comprehensive list of previously unresolved issues has now been significantly reduced.
The unfortunate reality is that the issues that remain are the most challenging and complex ones. And all the while, the war continues.
Meanwhile, the military and political leadership of Russia continues to insist on its ultimatum demands. This is reported by analysts from the Institute for the Study of War. It is noted that the Kremlin continues to put forward demands in order to create the informational conditions to reject any peace agreement that does not suit Russia. In particular, the press secretary of the Foreign Ministry of the aggressor country, Maria Zakharova, once again stated that the Kremlin is categorically opposed to the deployment of Western troops in Ukraine. According to Ukrainska Pravda, citing military personnel at various levels, there will be no end or pause to the war this year or in 2027. The military also do not believe in the effectiveness of negotiations or that Russia will limit itself to capturing only the Donetsk region. Meanwhile, on February 5th, the second day of negotiations between Ukraine, the US, and Russia began in Abu Dhabi.